Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Dr. Amir and the most common problem we face in competitive exams is about essay writing and pressy writing. So today this episode is very much relevant to the essay writing skills, and then next video we will come to pressy, grammar and other parts of grammar paper to tackle and to handle, how to do it in a tricky and smart manner. So if we start for essay, then at earlier stages before going for an essay for the competitive exams like CSS and PMS, we just need to correct the things like grammar, vocabulary, and we need to build a good vocabulary as well as punctuation, and we shouldn't go for unfamiliar words because every word has its own definition, and even some words having a familiarity or presenting the same meaning in the sense of synonyms, but actually they do not replace the original word. So we need to have a grip on the vocabulary. We need to use, if we are unaware of such facts, then we need to go for some simple words, but they must be clear, lucid and candid in manner in which they are being used. Secondly, grammar, and thirdly, punctuation. Grammar includes like tenses, like verb, proverb, adverb, adjective, and so many things like that. And finally, the punctuation. The punctuation changes the expression of the sentence. Say for example, I say sit, do not stand, and similarly I say that sit, do not stand. So it changes the expression, it changes the severity of the words. So the punctuation is also an important part of writing a good essay, especially for the competitive exams. In other exams like intermediate, matriculation or bachelor's, we may pass by writing in a normal manner, but for the competitives we need to be careful about everything, because it's essay and pressy papers that these determine our fate, even getting from allocation to the groups, to the selection of groups. And I can quote many examples in the past years which we observed that people even couldn't make they made very high score, but they were failed either in essay or pressy, and they couldn't even they lost their chance, they couldn't make for the competitives. So second option is that the selection of the topics, that is very important thing. So I would suggest always choose a safe topic. We can experiment in some other papers. Always go for a safe choice, for a safe topic. Try to write a rough outline, and if you feel that you are unable to do so go for it. I have never been failed in essay, and the sole reason is that I always go for a safe topic and I write very simple. Third is that well-connected, relevant outline. It should be for an essay of 3 hours or 2,500 to 3,000 words. It should be around 1.5 to 2.5 pages for the competitive exams, especially like PMS and CSS. So then focus on introduction and thesis statement. This is where the examiner gets the idea about you. He gets idea from the selection of topic, he gets idea about you from the outline you have produced, and then from the thesis statement and introduction you have written. So keep on writing in a relevant chains which must be logical and in order. Say for example, you shouldn't put a head in the place of foot, and the organs which are dissimilar, either they are very well in shape but those are not in conformity with each other, then they will never produce something. So you need to put everything on every right place. So on the next step, what you have to do, you just have to go for the body of the essay and relevant chains, and do not write too much on one factor or do not write too less on another factor. So finally, the most important thing where examiner concludes about you, about your fate, and that is the conclusion, the epilogue of an essay. So here you need to produce some effective kind of conclusion which should be based on analytical and critical skills, and you should write it in such a manner that it should summarize all the essay in 1 or 2 paragraphs or on 1 page, and it should be clear that either you go for or against the topic. So you must be specified towards the topic. So finally, in the end, I would like to say that save 5 to 10 minutes and reread your outline and as much as essay you can. And if you have some shortage of time, then you can also go for the introduction, outline, introduction, and the conclusion. You must read it, you must correct, rectify where you feel that there is a need, and then you just have to hand over the paper, nothing more than it. And I'm very sure if you ensure all these kind of things which I have mentioned step by step, if you ensure, then I'm very optimistic that you will never suffer in the paper of essay, like I had never failed in essay in any competitive exams. So